Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Minuteman rendition. Primitive Bear Knives is the maker. Minuteman is the name. It was sent to me by Gabe over at The Last Huntsman. Now, if you haven't checked Gabe's channel out at The Last Huntsman, you need to. Great channel, great dude. Really appreciate him sending this over for me to check out. Now, I like Alan's work. I really do, over at Primitive Bear. This is in AEB-L. We've got some waffle G10 handles. Really a good looking knife. Now, I've said a million times I'm not a steel snob, and I'm not, but AEB-L, it is my favorite steel. So let's just jump into it. Again, if you haven't checked out Primitive Bear Knives, do. One thing I can say about him, man, is he's consistent. I love the look of his knives. I love the consistency of the quality of his work. And that means a lot. It really does. So we've got an overall length of right at 10 inches. That's from the point to the pommel. We have a blade length of 5 3/16 with a cutting edge of 4 13/16. Now, I pull these while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I don't know why I do that. It might be listed on the website. I just like doing it. The blade width is 1 1/8 inches. So your handle scales, when I measure the handle, I measure the actual scales. From top of the scales to the bottom, looks like 4 3/4 inches. So then we look at our inner grip, which is the most important to me, is 4 3/16. That's a lot of handle. The handle thickness is 3/4. I like that. So we took it to Kirk's and ran through a few things. Now here's the thing to remember. We're going right through that sandblast hose. I did a lot of cutting, a lot of slicing with this knife. The pommel is suited for stabbing. I like that when they, not only is it rounded off and contoured perfectly to the handle scales. There's no hot spots there. Nothing's out of line. Nothing's out of whack. But I like the way there's a slight roundabout on the pommel that your thumb fits perfectly. Now, if you notice here, we don't go crazy with the stabbing. I stabbed a tire at the opening. Some of that, man, is aesthetics, but a lot of times it's to check the handle. Is there any grip? Will any of the materials in the tire mess up the edge, right? That's kind of why we do it. Plus, it's fun to do. I think stabbing is an important part of a knife review. I hate tip testing, and I'll be honest with you. As far as jamming it into something and back and forth, I'll do it some. I'm not a fan of doing it because I feel like that shows more the knife reviewer than it does the knife. But with stabbing, it puts direct pressure on the tip. This is a well-made knife. I'm looking at the tip now. Everything looks right. You can tell when it's handmade because it's not like dead on, dead nuts, 100% perfect. And the beauty, the perfection in these knives is the slight imperfections. And I love seeing that. I love a drop point. And this thing has got a wicked drop point to it. It's also, as I'm looking at it now, it has a slight, ever so slight forward cant. And I think that gives you a lot. I think it puts things in your favor. Just a little bit of slight forward cant. Now here we're cutting up some air potatoes, just reminiscent of doing some slicing. I got some really nice thin slices with this knife. This is the kind of knife, I know people throw around the term survival, hunting, camping, etc., and we want to put a label on it. To me, this is a do-everything knife. What do I mean? You can defend yourself with it, certainly. You can camp with it. You can cook with it. You can start a fire with it. And I talked about in a video yesterday how important I think it is to be able to have a knife that you can very quickly start a fire with. Take the survival out of it. I think we try to label everything survival. The truth is, if you get to camp, you got your camp set up, you've been hiking all day, you want to warm up, you want to replenish, you want to start cooking, the last thing you want to do is fight with a damn fire. This knife is sharp, so you can get some feather sticks done quickly. It's got a great spine on it. It's a 90-degree, but the way it's done, if I run my thumb right at the top on the spine there to add pressure or for direction, it doesn't bite in, which is really, really nice. And that's a neat thing to pull off with a knife. Sometimes they're really sharp, and that's great, but they're really sharp and they're not comfortable. This one's sharp yet comfortable. Slicing some extension cord there. That again, that particular demonstration, or this particular, has more to do with me in my past than anything. Plus, when I'm doing it, some of it is to show you kind of aesthetically, hey, it's got a great edge on it, it'll slice it. Some of it for me is when I'm doing it, I like to see if it'll bite down too much, maybe take too much out or cut the wires, or can I skim it? If I can skim it, that is perfect. Means the edge is sharp and I've got good control. I could skim it with this knife. Got some good shavings up right here. The fat lighter that comes in pallets and dunnage and landscaping timber is sticky as hell, man. Absolutely love peeling that stuff. Was able to get a pretty decent pile right here. Got our fire going pretty quick. That's what I'm saying. You want a fire going quick. I gave the example yesterday when we got to Blackie's and setting up camp. We got set up, had a little rain on the way, so we wanted to get a quick bed of coals, right? We wanted to get a fire. We knew we weren't going to be up late, but we wanted to get a fire that we were able to bank maybe through the rain and into the next morning. We were able to do that. And when you get to camp, you want to do that. Now, I cut this sandblast hose several times. And for those of you new here, that's not just a piece of rubber hose. That's 4-ply, 1-inch diameter, the inner diameter, reinforced sandblast hose. It is some wicked, wicked stuff. Now, if you're new here too and you're noticing, hey, you do the same thing all the time. Yes, I know. And I used to feel bad about that until I thought, wait a minute, there's guys who literally sit at a table and show knives and say the same shit every day. So at least I'm cutting, and no shade, God knows, no, I'm not saying it that way. I'm just saying I'm not worried about being redundant anymore, making excuses. We all do it. Some of us do it better than others, but that's neither here nor there. Now, we're going to do some batoning here. My thoughts on batoning have changed so much since I've started this channel. Do I baton in real life? Only if it's absolutely necessary and the wood is soaked through and I just need some tinder and kindling. I never go much bigger than what you see in a video, and I don't beat the hell out of the knife. The knife to me, and the more I do this, is a cutting tool. You want to make sure your knife's there. Now, there are some knives. There are some big bashers, crashers that you can use as choppers, that you can baton. There's a couple knives made for batoning. This is not one of them. This is a cutting tool that will serve you well. Keep it sharp, keep it clean. I love the handle. I love that Waffle G10. I can get a good grip, and I'm talking about a good grip. And right here, there's no hot spots. There's no flashes of pain when I'm batoning. There's no shock. This is a well done handle. If I need to stab something, I can. If I need to baton, I can. The only thing I didn't do, and I may do before I send this knife back this upcoming weekend, is I might find something and do a little light chopping with it. I'm sitting here holding it, and as I'm holding it, I'm able to get some quick pop chops on it, some quick hitters on it, and it feels good in hand. But aesthetically, let's cover that fit and finish, 10 out of 10. Love the way this is done. Love the hammered steel that he left on there. AEB-L is a stainless, but he gave it that nice hammered look. I love that. As far as billboarding goes, you've just got primitive bare knives. I can't read what the bottom of it says, and I don't want to screw it up on one side. And you got AEB-L 460 on the other. Now, here's the thing. Let's see, primitive bare knives, survival for the something. That's not the way it's written. That's my eyes at 53 years of age. It's got the logo on there. It's just a great looking knife, man. This is one of the better knives, better looking knives that I've held in the past couple months, and that's saying a lot. Check out Primitive Bare Knives. check out Gabe from The Last Huntsman. Gabe's a really good dude. He's always looking out for me, and I appreciate that. Our zip tie test is not to see if the knife's sharp. If cutting a tire, cutting a sandblast hose, cutting 1,000 other things that we've cut hadn't impressed you with the sharpness, well, there's no pleasing you. Guys, what I carry, you're damn right. I've got Primitive Bear is on my list to get. I wanted to cover this real quick too, and this is kind of off topic, but it goes to the topic. Guys, right now I'm not buying knives. I'm just not, and I'll tell you why. I believe for me it would not be a good deal. I don't think it would be being a good steward of my time or my money, because if I buy a knife at this point, it's something I really want, and I really want to carry it and enjoy it. I can't, because this week's going to be knife laden with reviews. But guys, we got so much coming up, and that's not whining, it's not complaining. I'm just telling you, people have hit me up, hey man, are you interested? No. And it's not being a dick. I'll help people try to sell it, but at the same time, I feel like right now I've got so many knives to review, and so many knives coming in, and so many great knives like this one. I don't want to diminish the knives I have coming in. There'll come a point in my career when I buy more. Now, when it comes to certain, I like Primitive Bear and a couple more, they are on the list. Really. I mean, this thing is amazing. The other couple I've reviewed, they're amazing. They're great knives. So check out Primitive Bear Knives. Check out Gabe, and listen. There was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are all over the place. We're just coming off this past weekend. They were higher because of the holiday, because of the weekend. They're higher. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. I say it all the time. It's not popular. It's okay. I have my reasons. I'm not going into it every video. I don't shove it down your throat. Finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, the Minuteman by Primitive Bear Knives. Great job, brother. Love this knife. Gabe, I appreciate y'all. Listen, I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone, son. Love y'all.